Hey, this is Roxanne Shante, and your week cannot be complete unless you listen to or watch We Talk Weekly. Please believe it, baby.
Please believe it, baby. Are we ready for the sizzle?
You ready for the sizzle?
Give me the sizzle early.
I'm about to dive in. But before I do that, make sure y'all hit that red YouTube subscribe button and turn on notifications. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video. So you got a homework assignment, okay? All right, Stacey Dash. She becomes the latest celeb to jump the Donald Trump ship and try to make her way back to the cookout, but we're not having it. Stacey was a conservative voice on Fox News where she
Hold on 1 second.
What? I'm locked up. I'm locked up.
Nah, not you. I just got something for Stacey Dash real quick. Hold on.
I knew it. Wow.
Stacey Dash. Go ahead. You can finish your story.
Mm-hmm.
The sizzle, did you freeze?
Did she freeze?
Yeah,
Oh, that is too.
Man, you can't be saying Stacey's full name.
Yo, the government is listening.
Stacey Dash. Go ahead,
Don't
sizzle.
say it.
All right, y'all. My internet is acting up, but I'm gonna proceed. So she was a conservative voice on Fox News where she defended the many actions of the former president. In an interview with the Daily Mail, Stacey apologized for her comments and her support of Donald Trump. Stacey opened up about a few things. So let's just take a look at this.
I've lived my life being angry. Which was what I was on Fox News. I was the angry conservative Black woman, and at that time in my life it was who I was. And I realized in 2016 that anger is unsustainable and it will destroy you. And what people don't know is that I made a lot of mistakes, and because of that anger. Being a supporter of Trump, has put me in some kind of box that I do not belong in. I don't hate anyone. I don't, I don't know where that comes from. And, he's not the president. So.
She just said, hold up. She said, hold up. She just said, with a tissue piece, Kleenex in her hand, they put me inside of a box.
Stacey put herself in that box.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Stacey put herself in that box. She put herself in that box. But over the past few years, Stacey has come at the entertainment industry, the issues with gender and race. And of course, she even supported Trump's comments about white supremacy violence at the Charlottesville protests when Trump said that there are very fine people on both sides. So let's pull up some of Stacey's receipts, okay? So the Washington Post, they report that in 2008, Stacey had a Barack Obama bumper sticker on her BMW. Fast forward 4 years later, Stacey announced that she was backing Mitt Romney in his race against Obama. So I'm guessing that that's around the time when Stacey decided, let me jump on this train. Anyway, so the next one, in political debates over gender neutral bathrooms, Stacey said transgender people should pee in the bushes.
What?
Wait. Oh, this is what Stacey Dash said?
Yes.
Hold on.
On live TV.
What? Don't go nowhere. Hold on 1 second.
Jail, everything.
Gosh, are you kidding me?
These are her receipts. is in that box. So just
been revoked.
Yes. So Jesse Williams said, Jesse Williams is the one that portrayed Dr. Jackson Avery on Grey's Anatomy. When he spoke out about racial injustice, Stacey called him a plantation slave.
What? Hold up.
Yeah.
Wait.
Does it get worse?
No.
Oh.
She need to be put in that chamber in like the Matilda movie or Mistress. That's what she need to be put in.
Stacey said that the hashtag Oscar so white controversy was ludicrous. Stacey's black card was revoked when she called for BET and Black History Month to be eliminated.
What?
And this was after she was on the show The Game before it went to BET.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for my gel. I can't. Hold on.
I remember that, Lauren.
Wow.
But how you gonna call for Black History Month to be eliminated?
That's crazy. And you black.
And you black, girl.
I need a clip that says the black delegation trait.
Wow.
I
And
need
who is Dash, Damon Dash? That's her what? Cousin.
Cousin, yeah.
Two different. Wow.
He don't even claim her though. He don't even mention her.
He stopped claiming her.
He better.
Yes. But
Wow.
Following those comments, History Month and the BET comments, Stacey's ex Ryan Prophet exposed her on social media with screenshots and accused her of skin bleaching and having an abortion. So I could go on and on about Stacey's receipts, but I'm gonna stop there. And we all loved Dion on Clueless, but she probably has Alicia Silverstone, who is blacker than she is, shaking her head.
Wow.
You remember Alicia Silverstone was
Right.
in a beauty shop with Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
You probably got her like.
I also heard that her and Lisa Ray, when they did their show, didn't get along because of because of Stacey Dash.
Yeah.
She reminded me of Dave Chappelle. His show with the he don't even know who he is underneath the hood. Like, did you sis? Like, yo, well.
So did she ask you for us to welcome her back in open arms?
She trying to make her way in, and she like, girl, she trying to jump that ship right now, that Donald Trump, and she see the writing on the wall, everything that's going on, and she has been blacklisted in Hollywood. So, excuse me, my throat getting dry.
I just can't.
But yeah, girl. So, what were you saying?
We lost.
You need to go directly to jail. That's what I'm saying.
Choking over here because craziness.
I want to ask: was she like Omarosa? Was Omarosa like a Stacey Dash?
No.
Okay.
No, not in my opinion. I think Omarosa was she was trying to fit in, and when they rejected her, she realized, okay, let me get back over here. But I think Stacey Dash really believes that she is one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Contrary to popular opinion, like Omarosa, she's a smart black woman, man. Yeah. Very smart, and I think a lot of that was strategic.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just leave it there because the black delegation didn't get rid of Omarosa. I'm gonna just put it that way.
Okay.
Stacey Dash though, she's trash. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna just say she needs to go to jail. Go directly to jail and don't pass go.
Where is she going, Muncie? Where are you going to send her? Like
she going up CFCF.
No, I don't even want her in Philly. Nah, get her out of here.
Greaterford.
That's still in Philly. Get her out of here.
Alcatraz. Alcatraz.
All right, she can stay if New York won her, the black delegation of Philadelphia gives her to New York.
Rikers Island.
Wow.
She done drive my whole throat out. Okay. Well, we're gonna move right along. But the former royals, Meghan and Harry, that they sat down with Oprah Winfrey for a bombshell interview that, everybody's going to talk about this interview and all that. This whole show, it would take this whole show for us to unpack what went down in that interview, okay? So just for those who didn't get a chance to see the interview in its entirety, here are some of the key points of the interview. And I know there's lots and lots for us to try to get through everything. When Meghan was asked, did she do her research before marrying Harry? Meghan said that she went into it naively and didn't do research because, she just kind of figured like, I'm not going to look up my husband. Like, this is what she's saying. And she didn't know what it meant to be a part of the royal family and marry a prince. She also didn't know what it meant to be a working royal. And Meghan also mentioned that her and Harry got married before the royal wedding. It's like, I think before the royal wedding. The day of the wedding, more so for the world and not for them. And after the wedding, the British tabloids, they started writing articles painting Meghan out to be this evil person and saying that Meghan made Kate cry over the Flower Girls dresses, but it actually was the other way around. It was Kate who made Meghan cry, but Kate apologized. So Meghan was like not really trying to go all into that. And Meghan talked about the royal family and the royal institution being two separate things. And I know for us, we on the outside looking in, we just assumed that it's all one, but it's not. And when she felt suicidal, she went to the institution for help. And Meghan said that the institution had empathy, but they said it was nothing that they could do for her.
And the institution is like the palace.
Yeah, it's like the business side of the royal palace. Yeah, and then you have the royal family, which is the royal family, and then you got the business side of it. But the most alarming part of the interview for me and many others was when said that they were having conversations with Harry about how dark Archie's skin would be. They didn't want the baby to be a prince and stated that he would not receive security. Meghan and Harry refused to say who it was that mentioned the concerns over how dark the baby's skin would be because it would be very damaging to that person. They did, however, say that it was not the Queen and it was not Prince Charles. So, and then as we all know, Meghan and Harry, they took a step back from being working royals and wanted to move to Canada. But when they moved, they were planning to continue to do some of the part-time work that, the work that they had been doing, but they were going to do it part-time. But once they got to Canada, they were stripped of their royal titles. And I think when they got over there, they weren't going to receive that security that they had. So that's when they just were like, they're not going to give us security. They're stripping us of our titles. We might as well just go ahead to LA. And that's what they did. And shout out to Tyler Perry, because when they went there, Tyler had allowed them to stay in his LA home for several months. He provided them security. I love Tyler Perry. Let me just tell you, I love Tyler Perry. He provided them security while they were there. And another thing that they mentioned too was that Harry talked about his relationship with the family, including the Queen, his dad, Prince Charles, his brother, Prince William, and Meghan and Harry still talk to and respect the Queen. Harry felt let down by his father, and Harry and his brother are not speaking. So this whole interview, it exposed the dark side of the royal family and definitely stuff that they did not want us to know. and both Meghan and Harry, they said that they felt trapped in the palace. Even though Harry grew up as a royal, he still said that he felt trapped his brother and his dad are trapped in there because, you know, they're the next in line. So they got to stay in there. Like, you know, if you're next in line, you got to stay in there. And Meghan was getting a lot of positive press in the beginning, and that probably overshadowed the rest of the royal family, just like it did when Princess Diana was in there and she came in and she started getting all that press, and the positive, you know, the positive press and all that. And I know Harry, he probably was concerned because he didn't want the situation to play out as it did with his mother. And he probably was just like, I got to get my family out of there. And I don't blame him, because if you're not going to offer, and I think they mentioned something about getting death threats and, you know, and stuff like that when they left. Because, you know, over there, they hold the royal family at such high regard. So they probably, and thanks to the British tabloids and all that, they probably were the Britons over there. They probably were looking at them like, oh, how could you do this to the queen? And they're just going to up and leave. So they probably were sending them death threats and all that stuff. And then they're in Canada and they don't have the security. So I don't blame Harry for trying to get his family out of there. He didn't want to see what happened to his mom, happen to his wife. Yeah. He has a son now, and they did announce that they have a girl on the way. So he's worried about his family. He's like, you know.
How did they handle it financially? Because he left the royal family.
They got cut off.
Yeah, they got cut off. His mom left money for him.
He does have his mom inheritance that he's been living off of, but they cut them off. That's why they started doing like the Netflix things and stuff like that, because they need money.
You know, it's one thing for me to say, okay, rich people problems, right? I mean, when you talk about rich people problems, I could care less about the monies and stuff like this. I mean, you're talking about they will never have to worry about money, just simply as it relates to who he is. He's still a prince, whether you say that you took the title from him or not. He's still a prince.
Prince Hakeem.
Yes.
But anywhere he goes, if he goes to a college and speak, he still will be considered a prince.
Yeah.
At the very least to Americas, the States, everybody. I mean, he did an interview with Oprah Winfrey, right? And Meghan, right? She's still considered the, you know, princess, so to speak. So that part of it, I'm not. My thoughts on that is a little different, but when it comes to the safety part of it, I get concerned because everyone over there don't necessarily look at the queen and that royal family in high regard. And so it's just like the president, whether you like the president or not. It's a lot of people who don't like the president. And so they get tons of death threats. And so not only do the president, but the VP, the you know, their children, everybody that's associated with them are considered targets at that point. And so if you no longer have, right, if you no longer have that security and you leave, well, just because you left, that don't mean you're not connected anymore. People from the outside still think, oh, you're the son of the grandson of the queen.
Right.
You know, so it's still issues there. So to just pretty much leave them out there to kind of fend for themselves, that was a little challenging for me, especially the reason.
And the queen, she did issue a statement. She said the whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly of race, are concerning. While many recollections may vary, I'm messing that up right there, but they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry, Meghan, and Archie will always be much loved family members. And I don't know if y'all heard, but Prince Charles, he spontaneously started posting Black people on his
Come
on his Instagram, which he had not been doing.
Yes, and then they tried to say they ain't racist. What? Now Meghan just lying. Now she's just lying.
Yes, and I meant to say recollections.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was
struggling with that word. Brain farts. Don't even
brain fart. Brain fart.
Yeah. So,
now
when you talk about the one thing I will say, the queen, she be on top of it. In the interview, even Prince Harry mentioned that the queen has always been like up front. Meghan said that she was really nice, and so she kind of get a pass. I can't say so much about her son, and that's your kids. It's kind of like, yo, you.
But you remember how he did Diana.
That's what I was going to say. And cheated on her. But at the same time, when Diana used to take her kids into the parts of Africa and all of that, he was always dancing with the melanated people. Like, you could tell he just loved the soulness of sisters. And I'm not surprised that he married a black woman.
Yes. I was saying that earlier to my mom.
And just because they talked about the complexion of the child, like her father's white, her mother is a sister for real. And and him being white, and with the whole anatomy thing, this child that they just had came out, very fair complected. You don't know what the baby girl will come out looking like.
Looks white.
Yeah, but
yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Because Harry's white,
like his dad,
father and the grandfather. But the baby girl might come out
like the grandma.
He could,
But we weren't talking about the daughter.
No, we were talking about the son. But what I'm saying is that they made that comment about the baby boy, and that comment is real. Okay, he's here, and you can tell he's fair complected, and they said they wasn't giving him any security. Okay, but even moving forward, those thoughts are now still there because they're now having a baby girl. Like it or not, the royal family has the seasoning up in there. It's there.
And they didn't want their bloodline tainted with a child of color. That's why he didn't get those titles and no security.
Yep.
The only person who can make this right isn't Prince Charles. It's the Queen. That's the only person who can make this right and stand up and say, no, he's our family. And that's what it's going to be. No question.
And that's
give him back his security and keep it. Is no rap about it.
I know that you said that they spoke highly of the Queen, and I, of course, am not a guru of the royal family. But at the same time, I think that she's not as probably inviting as you and others may think, because this happened to Princess Di, and she was with Hameen, like a Muslim man, and everybody in the car survives except them. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just a whole lot of stuff that's hidden that who knows if it's going to come out, but if it hasn't been resolved yet, and the Queen is still in her chair.
People forgot about that. People forgot about that. The Queen, Princess Di was a class act. I don't know if you guys remember her leaving. I think she left the castle. She snuck out and went to, I believe it was like Harry's. It was like a parents get together, parents race. She snuck out to be a part of the parents race for the kids, and she was a class act.
She really was. She smoked her weed. She said she had to smoke weed to get rid of the stress from them.
Well, you see the mental health, the issues that Meghan was going through. She was suicidal, and she didn't want to be left alone because she like, I might harm myself.
And
that's scary. She was that open about it, and they did nothing about it. That's concerning.
Because I
can also see the similarities with Meghan and Princess Di. I can see it in their style, and just how, as him seeing someone that reminds him of his mother and falling in love and having that attraction. So I can see the similarities.
That's exactly what Harry saw.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I think Meghan, she shouldn't be surprised. She shouldn't be there all surprised. Oh my God, they didn't like me.
That's the part that I'm just like, not even, you don't even have to Google them to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that part, yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Ray talked on her show about her experience with, because remember she married into royalty as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah,
They black though. Perks and Caicos, they black though. That's
she
completely
talked about how
different.
she felt like with Meghan being alone, like you have nobody. Like she did touch bases on that as well. So
I felt like that with the dude, my ex-husband, North Philly. Leave it there. Like, I don't have no family. Never mind. That's something else. So.
All right, y'all. I saw a meme that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, what was you saying?
I was just gonna say, can we get into Piers Morgan's his little tantrum?
Sizzle covering that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you can go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, finish your story.
The story was already so long, so I wasn't gonna say much about him, but he did have he was telling a story about how like Meghan came over there, and I think this was right before Meghan met Harry. She came over there and I don't know if the two were like talking or something like that at an event, and she got in a cab. He put her in a cab and sent her to a party where she met Harry. And then it was just like, he was so upset and she's getting married to him. So he had like a personal vendetta against her. And that's why he started writing these stories. And every time he reports about her, it's always something negative and try to make her look bad.
Hold up. So he was mad that she met Harry.
She ghosted him.
So
over a date, one date.
So basically, she met him first.
Yes.
And then he put her in a car, basically for her and to meet her prince. And he didn't know she was going to meet him.
Yeah.
And after that, she didn't call him. She didn't answer his text messages.
Would you? I wouldn't.
Right. I'm like, I got a prince.
So he is angry because he was ghosted.
He's crazy.
Yes.
Hold on, wait.
And then the other guy called him. I can't remember his name right now,
Alex.
but on the show, he called him out on it, and he couldn't take it. And he was like, "You've been saying all these negative things about her for years." And he was like, "And enough's enough." And the guy walked out. I mean, Piers Morgan walked out, and then the rest is history.
And then that's where my story comes in, where Sharon was actually standing by her friend. And when you talk about things that he said a lot of misogynic type of comments, a lot of, implications of racism kind of connotation type of comments. So, wow.
Like, why was she? Like, I wouldn't want to date you. Like, isn't he married?
I don't even look at him and look at Prince Harry.
I'm looking at the time, y'all. Go ahead. Go finish your story. Come on.
Like,
well,
this man was harassing her. And she's never said anything out her mouth about this man. You are met years over one date. And this is what I mean by men be crazy.
Yes.
Like, y'all, I just can't, the words can't come out how, like, I felt for that, because it's like, you really, if you don't want to, they can't take rejection. The minute you don't want to talk to them no more, you a hoe, you this, you that. And it's like, I'm all that.
Yes.
Because I'll keep walking.
Right. Exactly.
Well, the one thing I'll say about this is, it appears that all the men she talking about don't look like the ones that's calling you a hoe. So I'm gonna just leave it like that.
I ain't get that, Charles.
So in other words, Meghan Markle, Piers Morgan don't look like me.
Right.
Neither do the prince.
Uh-huh.
Right. And Lily just made a parallel to the people, if they don't talk to them, they call you hoe, whatever. Right.
Right.
I get it, and it's wrong. Like, brothers need to check men who do that, right? Protecting our sister, we supposed to do that. My
And
point is, all of the women, all of the men that
don't look like
Megan
you
talking about don't look like me though.
But they're calling her another name.
Yeah,
it ain't a hoe. It's just you hoe. Yeah,
which is exactly my point.
But we say men in general.
All of the surprises that she felt or had, I got a question. Like, I mean, sometimes you gotta walk in there. You gotta walk in there to understand what you're walking into.
Both men are.
Purple men are doing it. Purple men are calling women hoes and all of the words in the book because they got ghosted or rejected. You know how many times a woman walking down the street and you get catcalled and you be like, I'm good, no thank you. Oh, what you think you better? You ain't even that fly. You ain't even like, yo.
Right.
Let's
so
talk about the girl in New York.
Which is the point of why did she feel like this would be different? Why did she feel like any of this? Oh, matter of fact, look, there you go.
Hey, what made
Meghan think this? They was going to treat her any different?
She should have known better. And I don't know if y'all saw. Yeah, I feel like she should have, because she made a comment saying that she did not do her research. And what's her name? Amanda Seales was like, I can't believe she didn't believe her or something like that. Like, why wouldn't you do your research? Going over to
okay, on royalty level, it is a bigger thing. But do you check out John John's whole family? You looking at John. She was looking at the prince. She was not looking at the entire royalty part of it, which I understand she should have, but she was really basing it more on who his character was. And we should look at the entire family. But at the end of the day, you're looking at who's in front of you. Because I can ask all of y'all, did y'all do y'all research on Miss Jenkins, the grandmama, granddaddy, mama? Like, you don't do it. And that's not good.
I heard a lot of y'all talking about that. Y'all criminal background check people.
I do.
But
I'm a private investigator.
No, but hear what I'm saying. Sizzle said for the person. She probably looked at Harry, but she didn't look at what is behind Harry as his family. Sizzle, do you do the whole family or you just do the person?
And you know what? That's a good point, because most people, whenever they get married or go into relationships, they don't think about I'm marrying the whole family.
Exactly.
They just be like,
the person. Now I'll look at what the person is. Do they got, a history, a record, all of that? But I ain't check out his mama. I ain't check out. You know what? At this age, I will now.
All right. So let's talk about this, right?
I'll be looking for signs though.
Because clearly we passed our time. So I'm gonna extend this to another half hour because Lady S. Dot is in there now. So we're gonna bring her on in a minute.
Sorry.
But you just mentioned, right, Spark. You mentioned a long time ago about how, she's a princess and he's a prince, and how the family was, right? You even mentioned Princess Diana.
Mm-hmm.
Who on the planet, including Meghan Markle, don't know about Princess Diana?
True.
All right, cool. So if we know and the world knows about Princess Di and what happened to her, everybody knows about the family. Mm-hmm. How close knit they are, how you can't even leave the premises. Everyone at the very least knows that.
And I said that I don't think.
All right, cool.
That was a far-fetched comment she made.
So my point is, right? If you Meghan Markle, you know exactly. At least you have an inkling of what you're walking into. You can't say that you're completely blind walking into a royal family that's known to have issues and have a kind of a background that's really suspect as it relates to a princess that was essentially murdered because of who she was with. So you can't tell me Meghan ain't have an inkling that she was going to walk into something and she didn't have. I think she said something along the lines of she didn't know she had to curtsy.
Yeah, she talk about doing her research on other things. Like once she got over was going to introduce her to the queen, and he was like, "Do you know how to curtsy?" And she like, "No." And then she started Googling and looking around.
What are you researching? If you didn't know, what are you researching? That's what I mean. It's a lot of stuff that just doesn't sound. It just sounds suspect.
Well, I said that earlier. I said that did sound a little far-fetched, that she didn't know who they were. But my point of her even saying it to say, okay, if I take what she's saying at face value and believe it, I'm saying that I can understand the fact of when you're looking at the person in front of you versus doing your research on the people behind them. But this is on a different level of royalty. And she definitely has heard the stories of what happened with Princess Di. I'm quite sure her mother, who seems like she's a very astute woman, has probably told her daughter, especially the relationship they have, listen, this is what I was going through in the 90s, and I can tell you what happened, even if she didn't. So I don't really believe that much of what she said about not knowing what, the royal family, but I can also...
This your favorite fly guy, Charles Gregory. I'm sorry about that.
If I'm taking her at face value, that it's just her doing it for the person.
No, so but just I just want to say, I'm just pushing back because I believe what you're saying, and that holds a lot of weight. That has merit, Spark. Right. I'm just pushing back. I'm just playing devil's advocate because this is the conversation. Yeah. And someone she's an actress too. That's another thing. Yeah. She's an actress. Listen. People said she's very well versed. They said she's intelligent and smart as a wit.
Yes.
So when you put all those factors together, you can't tell me that she just went in there like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that this was going to happen." Oh my God.
It was not a Lisa and Hakeem. It was not. Lisa was from McDowell's. She did not know what the royal family and who Hakeem was. It wasn't the same as a Coming to America. And that's it. I think she knew, but hey, he a prince. He got bread, and this is what I'm gonna be a part of.
That's what I feel like it was. Like, yeah.
She probably was like, if you're really a prince, then I'll marry you.
Her husband's responsibility to let her know what she should be doing when she comes into their home.
I think he said that, didn't he? Didn't he say, I told her, what she was going to be getting into?
Yeah.
She was
enamored by that. She was just enamored. She was going to be a princess. I think that's one of the dreams that every woman has when it comes to meeting their significant other, is for someone to be married into, I won't say royalty, but to be married into somebody who can protect and provide.
Bring it down even a notch.
What'd you say?
Bring it down a notch to even with the industry, a ball player, a musician, like anybody who's well known. If you even bring it down to a notch of that's a different lifestyle.
Right. Mm-hmm. The point I'm making is, for her to act clueless is a problem. She completely, I just didn't know that. She could have just said, like, I knew certain things, I just didn't expect it on this level. I would have been okay with that.
Agreed. Yes.
I would have totally been okay with that. But they act like, oh my God, I didn't even know how to dress the queen.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
A little unbelievable.
You should have knew how to address her, because he should have told you.
He should have told you.
Yeah, that's something he should have told her. She should have had down pat before she would even went in there. Because if this is somebody you not just like, you're in love with, you're trying to spend the rest of your life with, and you go to meet their family, and the type of family it is, and you trying to make a good impression, you want to make sure you're respectful, especially to his mother. So if nothing else, you should have known how to greet his mother going in. And if you didn't know, you should have asked.
Yeah. He they also said that there were some celebrities that kind of, came to her, were supporting her or whatever. Beyonce was one, and Serena Williams, who was a close friend of hers, also supported her too. But CBS is going to, I believe, re-air the interview again. So, we probably will be able to revisit the topic.
I think honestly, it was just too much.
Yeah, I'm
Because
over
we
it.
know who we are as people, and we know what we're used to. So it's like it all sounds good and fun on the surface, but once you get up in there, you probably like, I gotta do what? Who you talking to?
Yes.
I think that part comes out a little bit, and you like, yeah, I don't know if I'm doing all that.
Yeah, I know.
That's what comes out. That's what it looks like to me. That she was all gun ho going into it. Then she was like, "Oh, really?
Real."
Oh, but I'm already stuck into it."
Yeah.
But so that's where I don't feel any, remorse for her or anything. Like, I mean, you walked into a freaking kingdom, so to speak. Like, what did you think what did you actually think was going to happen? What did you think you were going to do? You thought you already knew you couldn't even call your friends. You couldn't leave.
Took your license.
You was pretty much a slave in there.
She definitely was. Treated her like
you asked for professional help and they wouldn't help you.
I would.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, it's just
called her a monkey in the tabloids.
She out of there now, right?
Yeah, she out of there now. She don't have to worry about it now. But I do believe it's a lot. I believe she's smart as a wit. I believe that and understand she's an actress. And it's I'm just glad that they're safe.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy. They got a boy. She's about to have a little girl. Like, I'm excited about that. I'm okay with that. I think I'm over the idea of the royals and it's rich people problems. So it's kind of like I could care. Like, I'm sitting here waiting for the STEMI to come in.
That's STEM bag. Yes.
I'm waiting for the STEMI to come in. They probably like, STEMI who? What's that? You know
That's
what I'm saying?
changed to them.
Like, come on, man. Like, like I wish them the best. They got these streaming platforms. Holla at We Talk Weekly. We could use y'all royal blood. Like, holla at us.
Yeah. Well, America is glad to have them. America is glad to have them. All right. So the Women's History Month sizzle of the week goes to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, our beloved RBG. She is being honored this Women's History Month with a statue that she approved prior to her death. And the statue was just unveiled in Brooklyn, where the Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams also named March 15th Justice Ginsburg Day in Brooklyn to honor RBG. Eric Adams said RBG was clearly a symbol of what's great about the country and how when we are inclusive, we can stop the level of exclusiveness that is pervasive throughout this country. And, RBG, she fought tooth and nail for women's rights, including pay equality and sex-based discrimination. She founded ACLU's Women's Rights Project. RBG was the second woman and first Jewish person to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court, where she served for 27 years. So I was so sad to see her go because this was a strong woman. But rest in power, RBG. And if you love the sizzle and you want to hear the latest in entertainment news, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll get an alert every time we post a video. Like, comment, share this video if you care. I'm your girl Lauren Sizzle, and this is the Sizzle.
And that was the sizzle. That was a long sizzle, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry, y'all.
We started talking. That's our fault. I had to put a couple people in jail. I mean, they just deserve to be in jail. So I had to put them in jail. But I do, in all honesty, I want to, I'm happy that the Prince and Meghan Markle is safe and happy now. It seems like they're really happy. I just feel a little bad, which I shouldn't be, but I feel a little bad for Harry to lose pretty much your family. Meghan Markle will be okay. She's from the States. If they broke up now, she'll be okay. Like, she still got her mom there. She got people, she got friends that's in the States. Harry don't necessarily have anything.
Right.
They pretty much disowned them. How don't you even support your son anymore? I think Princess Diana knew that something was a little fishy, and she made sure that even when she's in her grave, that he's taken care of. And understand, they were young when she passed. So imagine how much she left for him. Like at that point, she knew something wasn't right. And for you to be a prince and your kingdom, so to speak, just disown you and say that we're cutting you off of everything. That's just horrible to me, man. Like, you know, and the only one that can make this right is the queen. And the queen, she appears to be, if someone is watching this and you're from like, you know, that area and you really know what's going on, I think, you know, let us know. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know. Do you feel that the queen can fix all of this? Can she? Or do you believe it's just too far gone and it's nothing that we can do?
Well, I know Harry was saying that he's hoping that time will heal all wounds, I guess, especially between him and his brother, because he's not speaking to him. But I'm or the dad. I think he said the dad did talk to him like maybe once or something like that, but
I think the brother's wife, Kate, I think she has an influence too on talking to what's the brother's name? The oldest brother? Whatever. Sure. Him. Talking to him and because she doesn't like Meghan anyway. So, you know, that pillow talk is strong.
The question I got is why, when she knew the tabloids reversed that whole idea of Meghan making her cry, I want to know why she didn't put her big girl panties on and be like, no, that's not what happened.
The whole institution, the royal family, none of them ever did anything to support. Because they would put out different articles. Like I think Meghan was saying one time she was eating avocados, and so was Kate when she was pregnant. But they said, "Oh, Kate is pregnant. She's eating avocados, trying to be as healthy." But they put a negative spin on it when Meghan did the same thing, and they were like, "Oh, she's eating avocados," and something about them being, I forget what it was, but it was like the avocados were bad, and I can't remember. But what it was, they put a negative spin on it for her, but the girls did the same thing. So, and the palace, the family, they never stuck up for her, never, the whole time.
That's a shame.
Like Charles said, the queen can fix it, but I don't think she's going to. That's my opinion. First of all, y'all know old people stuck in their ways.
Yes, they are.
So in her eyes, the kids are being defiant. You need to just listen. You know what I mean? And it's like they know the rules, they know what this is, and she's not going to change. You know, like what she's doing. She feels like they need to get they selves together. You know what I mean? You know, that's how she's probably looking at it.
Yep.
Those are the rules. Everybody else is abiding by the rule. Everybody else is fine and coasting with it. Why is he the only one that's, you know, acting like this and they're blaming the wife?
Come on, Queen. You can make this happen. Clean it up. Fix it.
I know. And I kind of feel bad for Harry, because I think Harry was kind of closer to his mom. And all those years knowing what happened to his mom, and I got to be around y'all. I have to do this and that and still be a part of the royal family and know that y'all were essentially partially responsible for her death. Like, I feel bad for William. Seemed like he cool. He probably like, I'm so.
He already programmed. All of them are programmed. You got to be programmed for that. It's certain thing you got to know. It's a regimen. As soon as you get up, you know it's exercises that you go through. It's routines that you go through. And you have to be built for that. You know,
it's real.
He already broke one of the rules, regulations, and routines by getting somebody, by marrying the person that he married. So she already upset about that.
But you could tell also that he had a lot more of his mom in him. And, he went into the service. It was just a lot of things that he did against what the royal family says you're supposed to do anyway. So he probably just was like,
you mean live his own life?
Huh?
You mean live his own life?
Yeah. That's going against the royal family. Yep. Yeah.
That's against the rules, Sparkle. You can't do that.
Yeah. And now he out of there. But one thing Charles said that does make you feel that, you feel that empathy for is like, dang, she's able to live in civilian world and his situation's different.
Yeah, he said he was cool with it, but he didn't look like it. He didn't look like it to me.
Friends. He gonna have to meet some civilian friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just like his mom, down to the red hair, the red blondish hair, looked just like his mom. It's a shame though. I like, again, I just don't know what the States has. Like, why are they so enamored with the royals that's not even in America? I just don't get it. I mean, they'll shut all the news down, forget Corona and everything, and just jump right into the royals. I mean, but I guess it's go. I went out for a minute, I think. But I mean, okay, whatever. Hopefully everybody get. But I do. If you guys are listening, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think the Queen can fix this? Would you like her to fix this? Do you think Meghan even knew what she was going into, or do you think it was actually a surprise to her? Let us know. Leave it in the comments. So let's get into. We talked enough about that. You know what I'm saying? So what's that?
Yeah, remember that song? Well, we'll never be royals. We'll never be royals, so that's royal problems.
Well, we got kings and queens in our blood already. We already royalty. We already royalty.
Yeah.
So it ain't no rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the sizzle.
You guys, it's your girl Lauren Sizzle and Classy Lady Sparkle. And have you subscribed to our channel yet?
If the answer is no, you need to subscribe now.
Yeah, so stop what you're doing, go right now and subscribe. We like you, you like us, so go ahead and subscribe.
Come on over, be a part of the family of We Talk Weekly and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe
now.